I left my phone somewhere mysterious over there.
The mysterious over there.
Yeah, on the other
So
side
that was
of the
so
monitor.
mysterious.
Yeah, I posted a behind the scenes video to our close friends list. If you want to join, you should join Patreon. But it's over there, and I forgot about it.
Well, hi. Welcome to the podcast. I'm
Welcome to the
Ryker.
Hottest Spoken Bears podcast.
This is Em, and this is the podcast where we just spill our unfiltered thoughts, opinions, and feelings about anything having to do with like the paranormal, metaphysical, spiritual, occult, any of that shit. We have typically a general topic that we're covering, but we don't plan really what we're going to say or
It's not
talk
scripted.
about. This is the first time that I've actually like written anything for it, but it's just how I remember the specific stories.
Oh, this is gonna be a good
Because-
one. This is gonna be a crazy podcast. I will have you know. These are the stories that Ryker told me like at the beginning of our friendship, where they were like, I do this crazy shit. Like I slip through time a little bit and I like astral project to places that like you could argue don't exist.
I don't know, when looking through some of like my old, like I used to be in a like, I'm still in it, but it's completely dead now, but I was in like a spiritual like Discord group of like people who are into like witchcraft and things.
Yeah.
And that was like pre-pandemic, but it really kicked off during the pandemic because everyone's at pandemic, you know, it's just kind of what happened.
People
but
needed friends.
it was really funny looking at what like 6-7 years ago I said about like astral projection, dreams, lucid dreaming, things like that, because completely different.
Yeah.
Completely like
you were looking
different.
at old posts from 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. So if you can't tell, what we're talking about today is like astral projection, lucid dreaming, dream walking, that sort of like stuff adjacent to it.
Ryker is like a specialist in this kind of thing.
I
feel
would
like.
not say I'm a specialist.
A professional, an expert, has done it more than most people.
No.
Yes. That last one, yes.
I think that's...
Well, how do you do it? Do you have like a spirit that helps you do that? Like a god or a deity or some shit?
I had experiences prior, but I was convinced that they weren't astral projection or even lucid dreaming, which is kind of interesting because like the first like thing that I fully remember was from when I was in like 5th or 6th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah. But I felt crazy back then, and then I don't remember a lot of things until I got into like witchcraft spirituality, so like 2019-ish.
Got you.
Yeah.
What happened when you were in grade school?
I've told you about this one.
Is that the like weird like...
So I had a dream where we're just jumping straight into it. But I had a dream where there was like a man who like broke into this house and was like killing like the 4 family members. So it was like a mom, a dad, and I think 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
It was either 2 boys or 1 girl, 1 boy. I don't remember some of those specific details because I mean it happened so long ago.
Right.
But every single time, like the person who was coming in was like, you know, like stabbing them, and he was going like one by one from the youngest to the oldest, and each time he got to, like, he was like killing one, I like my consciousness was like inside of them, so I was feeling it, but I was like still
Inside of the person being killed, or
yes, the
okay.
person being killed.
Oh.
So I like remembered like what it felt and like the emotions, but I was also aware that it was not
you.
me experiencing it, and it was like
This other person.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was like in like someone else's body, like
co-conscious.
observing it.
I remember telling you that I thought that was because you were a death soul.
Yeah.
And you were almost like in a way helping these like souls like cross over, like you were helping reap them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting that you say that you're kind of like co-conscious, because you didn't describe it to me in that much detail. Because I'm like, well, maybe that's like the reason why people don't like feel pain when they're about to like pass.
I never
like,
thought about it like that, but that.
Yeah, because there's probably like something in there that's like helping the like process of detaching from your body and whatnot. Because there's so many things that like come in and come get you right before you like die. So if you don't know, a lot of people like in nursing homes, it's very, very common that if someone in a nursing home or like end of life care starts seeing their past relatives, they know that they're probably going to die in the next couple days. And it's because those souls go there to come and get them. So it's interesting because I do believe in like Reaper type things, and there's a lot of different kind of Reaper type things. And as death souls, that would be something that we would help other souls like handle, is like crossing over and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was just the first like experience like that I mean I still remember in pretty great detail, like 20 something, like 20 years later. And like when I woke up, I was like absolutely convinced that like
you just
it like that I just experienced and
something
watched
that really happened.
So I like went to one of my friends at school the next day and had like told them what the like killer looked like, and like had them try to draw, because I would tell people about it and no one would believe me, but I was so convinced that it was real.
Which is also, in my opinion, not normal when you have dreams like that.
And and I mean, that is still one of the like weirdest, most fucked up things that I've like
plus
experienced.
At the same time, I don't know about you, but I don't have dreams where I'm just this like disembodied soul watching an event happen. I'm usually a person or something in the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I was fully aware that I was like co-conscious, like you were saying, like they're experiencing it, and it was, and also like at the time I was still Mormon, growing up in Utah. I wasn't a like watching scary movie type of person, like
it's very different.
Like, so it's not like I watched like a scary movie or like a true crime documentary. Like I was in like I want to say sixth, I think 6th grade. So, but I remembered it so vividly, and it was just no one believed me at the time. So for the longest time I just was like, I don't know what that was. I tried looking up to see if I could find the like house, and I was like trying to look up like stories where that happened. And I mean, I don't have like all of the details, so
how do you find that over the entire world?
So I was like, well, maybe it was just like a weird dream, but it is, or like some sort of like weird nightmare type thing, but it still just to this day doesn't sit right with me. And it's just it's weird.
Well, can I ask you questions about it?
Yeah.
You can tell me if I'm wrong or if you don't remember. Is the man that is doing the killing, does he have like darker hair and he looks like he's in his like 30-ish? And it's like short.
Yeah,
like,
I would say
like, shaved on the sides almost.
Yeah, the exact color of his hair is difficult, 'cause I feel like it could have been like a more lighter brown, but in like what I remember of it, it was like
it's
dark.
not like your
night.
hair color. Your hair is too dark.
Like,
sorry, I know.
I would say that it like, well, it's hard because you think like you say that you're blonde.
Yes,
but
that's why I say dark colored hair and light colored hair, because people have, it's subjective, I guess. He had like stubble, maybe like a mustache, and then
he was like very tall and lanky.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I see like the little boy's hair is lighter but also very short.
Yeah, it's like more like blondish, like.
Yeah. I also don't know if this is like fucked up for me to say, but I like asked the soul, like, why did you do it the way that you did? Like, why did you start with the youngest? Like, wouldn't you like get told on, and then that would be bad? Because like, wouldn't you want to like, and this is fucked up of me, but this is the question I asked, like, why are you doing this? And he was like unsure about the like actually ending someone's life. So it was kind of like, let's start with the easiest one first.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That it was just so weird, and like I haven't had a like dream, whatever you want to call it, like something that was like exactly like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I'm also too freaked the fuck out about it, because I was not.
I've never had a dream where I wasn't in a body like that.
Yeah, and because it was weird, because I, like, while I was like experiencing it, it felt like I was like frozen and couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, I couldn't like move the body, I couldn't like speak, I couldn't do anything. I was just witnessing and experiencing it, and it freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah. You were just there to help cross the soul over.
So that was my very first whatever the fuck.
Also, let us know all of your opinions about these stories, because these stories are fucking wild.
And I want to also preface this by saying, I know Em was trying to talk me up and say that I'm this like expert and do it all the time. I disagree.
I say that because you just do it more than like other people that I've talked to. So
yeah, I don't know, but I don't necessarily like, in my opinion, a lot of these stories seem very like astral projection-y type things. Yes. But I'm not like claiming that they're 100%. And also, I should say, my opinion too, when it comes to like astral projection, they're like, some of the details you remember are still your like human ego filtering the information.
Yeah.
So like the way things happen might be distorted when you're retelling it, because human ego consciousness, that what you like, how you are when you're like unconscious dreaming is different than how when you're like conscious aware of things. So
yeah, you have a filter, which is basically the ego that you're talking about. And doing astral projection, lucid dreaming in and of itself is a expansion of awareness. So when you are in these different, I guess you could say, like planes of existence in the quote unquote astral, there's only so much that your human brain can understand when you go back to your body. So a lot of times it is an interpretation in a human way of these things that you've experienced.
Yeah.
So it's not like apples to apples what you
experience.
Yeah,
because I feel like that is what I personally think gets a lot of people hung up on, like trying to lucid dream or astral project, is I feel like they expect a very specific thing because of like when you're like grounded in reality, like physically like conscious.
Yeah.
It's a lot different from like how things are unconscious.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I also think that a lot of the like mainstream like tips and tricks on how to lucid dream and astral project, I don't think that they work. I've tried so many and they never worked, which is why for the longest
Like
time,
what?
like I've tried the like meditations for when you're falling asleep, the like specific like music that's the specific tone or frequency.
Because I've seen one. Maybe I'm on like a weird side of TikTok, but I've seen some like crazy like things that people have said about how to get yourself at least into the lucid dream state. And you basically do things that would cause you to have hallucinations, and I'm not saying like be on drugs. So the one that I had explained to me through this like video that I was watching was you have this like red light on, and then you like cover your eyes a little bit, so like with like ping pong balls.
Yeah, or, like sensory deprivation type things. Yeah,
and then you have to be like propped up at a certain angle. So it puts you in a state where you can fall asleep, but you're not fully in that deep REM sleep because you're still kind of doing like wake stuff.
In the like trance journey book that I was reading, the anthropologist talked about there's like cave drawings and like hieroglyphs of stuff of what they assume are like people going under these like trance journeys experiences, and it's actually very common for like the bodies to be at a specific angle, like tilted up. So she like when she was like trying to like learn about it and figure it out, this anthropologist, they were like at specific angles.
That is crazy. Yeah, because that's what this guy was talking about, of you basically have to convince your body that they're still awake and conscious, even though you're not. So when you're asleep, being up at that certain angle makes you feel like you're actually with your body walking around. And then there was also like having one frequency in one ear and nothing in the other.
Yeah. The other book I was reading. So also we've been doing like research into like astral projection, lucid dreaming, near-death experiences, things like that. And we plan on releasing a like deep dive video going over like the history, science, things like that. So there's going to be little bits of that sprinkled throughout here because it's informed a lot of my like opinions about astral projection now, because I'm actively like researching and learning it.
Ryker's the one reading the book.
I read the book and then I have existential crises about it. But they've been able to like stimulate people to have those sorts of out of body experiences by like doing different like sounds and light things. Because you can like trigger those like trance like out of body experiences. So there's it's just
because I'm like, have you tried those things? I'm assuming not, because those things could legitimately cause you to have hallucinations from a like physiological standpoint. But it does do like, from what I believe, it's doing what they say it is, because that's what the people in the video were talking about. And then there was another guy that was talking about he like had to disrupt his sleep somehow to get him past the point of like lucidity, like being in a lucid dream.
There's a lot of I've seen tips of like set your alarm for every so often so it wakes you up,
so you goes off.
Because the book that I'm currently reading, I hate to be that person, but the books we'll link them in the description.
I will link all of them so you guys can read them.
We'll link them down below.
Give you some affiliate links.
If you're interested in reading along and learning with me.
Of course they are.
They're very interesting books. But when it comes to like those types of experiences and things as well, or like dreaming specifically, they don't necessarily know like how and what triggers dreaming.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
It was believed that it occurred when you are in REM sleep. So like the stage of, do you know what REM is?
Right, yeah.
Right. So it's like that deep sleep where you're like your eyes move back and forth. It was believed that is when you're dreaming. However, they looked and there's like a study done of people who had some sort of brain injury that prevented them from being able to achieve REM sleep.
Yeah.
And they were still dreaming. They were
Yeah.
still having dreams and experiencing those things.
Right. And there's people that go into REM sleep that can't dream.
Yeah. So, I forgot where I was necessarily going with it, but
I was talking about the disrupting
oh yeah,
you in your sleep to make you lucid.
So there are people who thought that if you like disrupted yourself on the cusp of like coming out of like REM or like in the middle of like REM sleep, that you would remember your dreams more and like things like that. But because there's people who think that your dreams are the most vivid and you remember that like or you remember your dreams the most when you're disturbed in REM sleep to like wake up.
Yeah.
I don't fully agree with that. But I haven't done a lot of research into that specifically. Yeah. I think it very much depends on the person.
Because there are times where I get like woken up and I'm startled woken up and I don't even remember dreaming. Yeah. But there are a lot of times the spirit will like make me feel like I'm hearing things in the like physical world outside of my dream bubble, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And it disrupts me into remembering everything. Yeah. So I do agree that it's like kind of like that. But yeah. What do you want to talk about next? You have a lot of stories.
I do have more stories. I wrote things down in my
I don't
planner.
know if you want to talk about us trying to astral project together, if you want to talk about more of your like stories, because we have a fucking lot of them.
Yeah, so the next like story that I have happened the end of June, beginning of July 2020.
2020.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I was like looking back at it today, it kind of made me laugh because I shared the story on July 1st, 2020, which happens to be exactly 3 years before Em and I started dating. So our anniversary is July 1st.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a funny coincidence.
Well, it just is funny because we feel like we astral project together, which is also
a
talk.
So this is like, I want to get your opinion on this. It's not necessarily a dream, but I like posted this with the like astral thing or whatever. So this is what I wrote. So a few things. One, I've recently had a very vivid memory come out that I found out wasn't real, and it's tripping me out. I remember like a few days ago seeing a tweet from Ninja, who, if you guys don't know who Ninja is, he's like a popular gamer streamer, announcing he was going to Twitch, and I remember seeing specific replies and the graphic he used and everything. Now, I don't necessarily give two fucks about Ninja, but my friends told me that he didn't choose a new platform and that what I remember never actually happened. And I don't get it because I remember it 1,000%. I wasn't sleeping. It wasn't a dream. I remember sitting at my desk like 4 or 5 days ago and seeing it happen. I don't know if I'm going crazy or if it's something else, but it's fucking me up. Mm-hmm. So like I remembered like Ninja announcing that he was going back to Twitch.
Yeah, like a Mandela
but then it didn't. And like I told my friends and they were like, what? And I was like, no, like.
And it still hasn't happened, right?
No.
I'm just making sure.
You know,
is that like an alternate timeline type
That's
thing?
what I was like, because back.
I don't watch him.
You know, almost 6 years ago.
Almost 6 years ago.
Like, as like into or like I didn't like know shit about like any of that type of thing. So even like the next story, someone was like, that sounds like it could be astral projection. And I'm like, I don't know if it is, because I was like, I had tried lucid dreaming and stuff and it just never fucking worked for me. So I thought.
So then what happens to you when you lucid dream? Can you actually control your dream?
Yes.
And if you don't know, lucid dreaming is when you basically in your sleep know that you're dreaming, know you're in a dream, and can control yourself, your body, the narrative, everything in your dream to do whatever you want. that's you being lucid while dreaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had like lucid dreams where like suddenly I'm like, oh, this is like a full dream. And then I am like, I want to be able to fly. And so I like, fly. And it's very like whimsical dream like.
Right.
Versus like astral things are very much more like,
you don't have the same control.
Yeah, like I might be taking actions and like consciously, like I know that I'm like lucid in it and aware of what I'm doing and acting it out, but I can't control everything around me.
Yeah.
Just like I can't just decide to make this camera like hamburger.
Yeah.
It like lucid dreaming you could, astral projection you can't. At least that's my interpretation of it. I know that there's people who think or who like say that when you astral project that you have the same like capabilities of fully changing and warping things, but
this is a little bit weird for me to ask. Do you think you can talk to the astral plane? Because I feel like I'm talking to the astral plane. And he's this big cloud, like dragon type thing. And he's telling me that the reason why it's different is because when you are lucid dreaming, you're still in your like soul's energy and you're basically your dream bubble, so you have more control of what's going on in your dream bubble than you would in astral.
And that is pretty much what that is how I've felt for the last few years is like when you're like dreaming, you're more like you're contained in like your subconscious, like you're still within like your body, like subconscious, like you are still
your soul has not left the building yet.
So like I like to call it like your own personal like sandbox.
Yeah.
So you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want in it. And then dream walking
is someone else's
is
dream
going
bubble.
into someone else's dream bubble, and we can get more into that later, but that's just I'm just kind of differentiating between it. And then astral projection, you're not in this like bubble, like you're not in this like playground, the subconscious bubble. You are fully
you're
like
outside of your body. And the astral plane is made up of a whole bunch of different things.
So I think that is where you can like I feel like that's where you can have more like crazy things happen. I've had some experiences that have been so fucking weird that are very
that we'll talk about maybe
that we'll start getting
that
into.
We might talk about.
I have the next one pulled up.
The reason why I asked you about the like lucid dreaming thing is because I just wanted to know what your definition of lucid dreaming was, since you didn't think you were doing it. So I'm like, were you lucid dreaming before you knew you were lucid dreaming, or?
I think so. I think I was, because prior to like getting into all of that, like as a kid and things, I remember being aware in my dreams.
That does not happen
and
to
doing
me.
stuff.
It's happened. I've asked for it to happen, but I don't stay lucid for very long because I'm too aware of the dream and then it wakes me up.
Yeah, I've had like, and I've had so many like dreams have always just been very weird and like specific for me. Like I've gotten a lot of like precognition things. So like I've had like dreams where I'm like, this specific thing happened in this way, and I've like told my mom about it, and then like a month later that exact thing happens in that exact same way, and I'm like,
interesting.
Yeah, so I've gotten like that happens pretty frequently. I mean, even now, like if I have like specific dreams, like if I dream about like someone, then like within the next like 2 days or
dude,
they
it's
like
so
text
weird.
Or like there's some
They'll
sort of
be
communication
like, hey,
or something surrounding that person comes
I
up.
had this dream about you talking to this person on the phone, and then the next day that person messages me or someone messages me about them.
Yeah.
The next day. That's how I know that they're gonna like talk to me.
Yeah, and
is Ryker dreams about them.
And like every time it's happened every single time. There hasn't been
Yeah.
a time where I've had a dream like that hasn't. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. So, I think. Sorry, this is just so weird for me to talk about. I know that it's not. I've talked about weirder things.
But
But-
I feel kind of weird about it too,
Well,
because
yeah.
it's something we've talked about so much, like just
'Cause this
together.
This is not what the spiritual niche usually talks about.
No.
This is very like niche out there. And like, yes,
yeah.
there are people that talk about astral projection and they talk about these like crazy
I
worlds.
don't feel like they do it in the way that we talk about it.
They don't try to understand it.
And again, I'm not
in the way that we do.
We're not claiming that like our
This stuff is
viewpoint
100% real either.
is like, this is like fact. This is just our interpretation, our opinion
perspective.
about it. And it's something that we're very interested in. So we're also like researching and trying to study like more of like the science and neurology and like learning about consciousness and all of that. So again, do not take this as like, this is a complete fact of how it is.
This is our perspective of it as
Yeah.
of right now. I feel like I'm talking to the astral plane. So like a while ago, I felt like we were talking to a different, not us, but like in my past, I felt like we were talking to like, I called it like the creative conscious back then, and it was like a gold. No, this one was a blue dragon. And that's like the one that's like right outside of our like reality, and it like defines an entire like space, kind of like an Ouroboros type of thing. So it's like the energy of a like full realm. So there is Ouroboros is kind of like the energy of like time that goes around the physical world. So the astral plane looks like a cloudy purple dragon. And he's been talking to me through this because I at first thought it was Zeroth.
Well, are you talking to the astral plane, or are you talking to my dragon spirit guide? Because that's what my dragon spirit guide looks like.
No.
Okay.
I asked him. He said no. Yeah, it's very like, are you that astral plane? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, are you a dragon? And he's like, yes and no, I'm not a dragon, but that's your interpretation of me. And I'm like, okay, because he doesn't really even look like a dragon. He looks like it has almost like a tiki type face, and it's in a cloud.
Gotcha.
That's what he looks like.
Interesting.
But he's telling me about, because I'm like, why can't I, like, why do these things happen to me when I'm dreaming and I don't go fully lucid, or I don't do this and that? And he says that type of frequency makes it hard for me to know where I'm supposed to be, because it's not fully like correct in the idea or perspective of how my brain thinks I'm supposed to be as a like existence. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm going to explain it more. So when I'm like in the in-between between like physically being present versus spiritually, I guess you could say, astrally being present, that in between doesn't make a lot of sense, because there are certain characteristics that my brain does not associate to me that I take from physicality and vice versa. So they kind of like counteract each other and like shock me back out, because he like shows it like trying to like figure out which side to be on. It's like I'm trying to like be in the middle of something that it doesn't make sense for me either way. It's like I'm trying to be in between states of like being a liquid versus a solid.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like that also makes sense for you too.
Because he's talking to me about a lot of like, I struggle with seeing in the astral plane because my soul struggles with the ability to see. So the fact that in my dream I can see, transitioning halfway and still being able to see is very confusing for my soul to be like, am I awake or am I asleep? Am I here? Am I there? Then none of this makes sense. Yeah.
This is somewhat related, but kind of different. But the last few weeks, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but when I'm like falling asleep, I can tell now kind of if I'm going to be like lucid or whatever, because like I can be like
that's weird.
Like my eyes can be closed. It's pitch black and I'm like falling asleep, but it's
So you think
like
your
my
eyes are still open?
Yeah, and it's like I can see things, and like I've seen like people like walk up to me, like I don't know, it's very
I mean,
weird.
there are times where my eyes are open and I'm seeing things in my dream.
But like I'm still like I'm still like awake. I'm not like asleep yet. Like I'm just like laying down, closing my eyes, getting ready to fall asleep.
I don't know them.
So, and I'm like fully like I'm aware that it's happening so much.
Oh,
but
no, that does not happen to me. Obviously,
yeah.
I don't really do lucid things. I have to be like, quote unquote, woken up in my dream.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, do you want me to get into my second story about things? Because I have a lot of things, and I'll call my brother for one of them too. Yeah, because that's more dream walking esque. But this spoilers. But this next one, was one of the more crazy ones that happened. So again, I'm going to read what I wrote 6 years ago. And you can let me know what you think, and you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about it, because it was still very weird. But so it said, I had a dream last night that didn't feel like a dream. It felt real. I remember everything, and even my body seems to remember what happened because I feel sore from it. I was invited to this place that resembled like a church or courthouse. I don't know how to explain it. There were a bunch of people there, but I don't recognize any of them. They all seemed like new faces. There were some who were welcoming me and seemed nice, but there were others that seemed like they really didn't want me there. The whole place had a like mystical vibe to it. There were these benches about the front of the hall area that I was told I would be sitting in with this woman. She was tall and thin and had jet black hair and really dark eyes. She didn't seem to want to sit with me, but she was forced to, and I tried making small talk with her, and she just kind of smiled and didn't respond. Some sort of meeting or town hall type thing happened, and I guess the seat I was in with this woman would reveal our quote-unquote true natures. Nothing happened to me, but I remember looking at the woman next to me on my left, and her eyes were watering, and she looked like she was in pain. I got the vibe she was some sort of creature, like the closest thing I could place was a vampire, but she wasn't like an actual vampire, if that makes sense. I asked her if she was okay, and she ran out of the hall, and I followed after her to check if she was okay. Someone else came with me, a shorter, stout individual with light, curly brown hair and pure white eyes. They told me not to follow the woman. She didn't like mortals like me, and I would just get hurt, but I continued to chase after her. When I finally found her, we were in a garden of some sorts, and it was dark outside, but well lit, but there were no candles or moon or anything, but there were a lot of stars. I tried to talk to her, but instantly fell to the ground and was in a lot of pain. The other individual told her to stop, and the pain stopped, and I looked up, and she was gone. The curly-haired person helped me up and said they were going to take me somewhere to make sure I was okay. I think I blacked out because I don't remember where I went, but I woke up in that dream, and the same curly-haired person said I would be okay, but probably just sore for a while, and that mortals don't usually survive that sort of attack. I was kind of confused, but I was told it was time for me to go, so I did. The way out was some sort of line like a grocery store, but everyone was buying pizzas. I got up to the register and said I had 8 pizzas I needed to pick up. I remember I had my mask on and a hat, which COVID influence of the dream. And the cashier was a tall, semi-built man with some facial hair, tan skin, and tight curls on his head. He said I was cute for a mortal, and that he had a feeling he'd see me soon. Someone else gave me my pizzas, and I walked out the door, and then I woke up in bed, and my body hurt like a motherfucker. And I don't know what all of it means, so if anyone has any ideas.
Silence. I don't know if I remember you telling me about it, but I also remember you mentioning it.
I think I know I've talked to you about it before.
Okay, what did I tell you?
Well, tell me your opinions now.
Well, is the woman that you followed real?
Initially, you told me when I told you about it, you said that you perceived some sort of like entity that was like mirror reflected. So it reflected something else back to like what I thought it was, but it wasn't actually that.
She was just I mean, I know that it's obvious from the like thing that you said, but it was just a lure to lead you to that point. But I'm like, I don't know that she was really there.
Well, the only other like thing that I think of is the woman, like how she looks, and then like going to like the garden area is very Lilith coded.
Yeah, because I asked if it was Lilith in my head too, and she was like, that's not necessarily me, that entity, but it is very Lilith coded. So I was like, I don't know if the garden itself was a protection from Lilith or what. Yeah,
I don't. But when I like talked to one of my friends like a few years later about it, we thought that the like short curly haired person with the like white eyes was Hermes.
Oh.
And because Hades couldn't help, so he sent like Hermes to come get me.
Can I challenge that?
Yes.
Do you think that's Hermes? They give me like lower level angel type thing.
I think back then I definitely thought that it was. But like reading it the other day, like kind of getting ready for this, I was like, maybe it isn't Hermes, and it's
whatever they are, they aren't solid enough to be a Hermes.
Yeah, but like to me, it's very like cherub like.
Oh yeah,
because like it, like I remember like they were like short, like if you're like D&D like gnome dwarf type, like very like halfling, like short, small, like curly hair, fully white eye, like
well, the
eyes.
first thing I asked them was, why are your eyes white? And they were talking about how their interpretation of a human form. But the more you like hang out with them, the more they like have a hard time withstanding the like form of a human. And they get a little bit dizzy in trying to like expand beyond the like little body that they were presenting as. So they make me feel like they're like a more angelic being, but in a like physical tie sort of world, but also like not really there, more like a projection of their energy. But they give me angel vibes. Yeah. Final answer. I don't know what else to say about that. But
I mean, I don't. Again, it's one of the ones where I'm like, what? Like.
Yeah, but you were being led somewhere, but I don't think you fully got there.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone interrupted or if they couldn't like continue the like illusion, but it was a lure to get you somewhere.
Yeah, because like in the dream when I like fell to the ground and was hurting, it was like it felt like I was being like stabbed or something like in my abdomen, and it hurt so bad. And when I woke up, like my like
so maybe that like shocked you out.
Yeah,
of it.
Same. But no, it wasn't until after that was gone. It was like. Because I didn't wake up directly from that. I stayed in it. I stayed in that like dream experience, everything, until they were like, "It's time for you to go. You need to leave," and pushed me out. And then I woke up.
Yeah, I don't know that was necessarily a Hermes thing because this is probably rude, but I'm like, why would Hermes help you?
I mean,
Hermes is like, you fucking hate me, bitch. Why would I help you?
Well, the thing is, a lot of the, like, my
Was
love-hate relationship with Hermes
Yeah.
stemmed from
Really?
this story. And
Interesting.
because I didn't have an opinion on him
Yeah.
as a deity or anything until
He thinks it's great that you thought it was him, though.
yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't Hades be the one to do that? If it had to be a deity. Why did they, why couldn't Hades?
From what I remember, talking about it with people it was some weird plain area that was out of reach.
Got
But
you.
Hermes is a psychopomp, and he's a traveler thief.
Yeah.
So he is
He's
able
very
to
unstable energy.
go kind of more
can go up,
freely.
yeah.
So
yeah, this whatever dream astral thing that you're talking about is very, I don't know what the right word is, fadey. It fades away, so it's not fully these are the exact things that happen, so it's hard for me to look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're kind of projections of what a human interpretation of what was going on.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's also weird because it's still another one where I remember a lot of the environment and scenery so well.
Yeah.
And I mean, I shared that in this
what does the environment look like?
Pretty much what I described in that.
Okay. Got you.
Sorry, Discord jumped down. But yeah, someone was like, was it astral? That's wild. And I was like, I don't know if it's astral or not. But 2 days prior to that, I had done witchcraft thing in my backyard with the fae, and things. And then around that same time is when in Southern California near the beach, a white owl suddenly
You think the fae was trying to take you? Evil fae were coming.
Dude, maybe.
Because that sounds, you're going to a garden, so I was like, fae? Fae? Is that why it's weird? Is that why there's weird illusion shits?
But yeah, that's
hilarious. Can I ask what you did in the spell? Or is that not a safe for podcast?
I didn't write it down.
Gosh,
and I don't
I'm
remember what I
what?
did. That was 6 years ago. I don't remember a lot of...
We've given people's name to the fae before. You know that shit, that trending shit they do on TikTok? I did that. I covered their name in honey and I put it out in a fairy circle.
But yeah, that happened in 2020. That dream.
Yes.
Astral, whatever. And then I didn't have anything super crazy or weird happen after that for a little while. Because the month before I met you, so in 2023, so 3 years after that dream, out of nowhere, Loki showed up and was like, "Sup, bitch, we're gonna do some fucked astral shit." And that working with him is where I started to kind of pick up on
He says you were getting in trouble before then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, well, I asked him specifically, I was like, so was there someone before that? And he was like, no, that's why I showed up, so that you can get yourself in a fucking problem.
It makes sense, because...
You're welcome.
I mean, real ones know about the stealing from the Akashic records.
Dude, that could be a whole podcast in and of itself. That solely could be a clickbait video. We stole from the Akashic records as astral pirates. Dude, that would be amazing. Because we could do that in past life stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Loki showed up, and then for the next little while, in order to like teach me how to like do astral projection, like, and like do all of these things and like be conscious, go places, like, he would like show up, so I would know
that was the trigger that made you
so he
lucid.
wasn't the trigger, so in my dream Loki would show up and be like, okay, now we're here.
Because that's another thing that people say will help you with lucid dreaming is if you see a certain sign and symbol in your dream, and then ask for that before you go to sleep. So when you see this sign and symbol, it will allow you to be conscious lucid. Whatever.
It's also just funny though, because I didn't like choose to
work with Loki about that.
Yeah, like, and I didn't like choose that to be the sign and symbol. Like, he just kind of showed up and was like, this was natural. So,
yeah, I mean, I've tried to do the sign and symbol thing. It doesn't work for me because I can't control my dreams like that. But he also says that the reason why Loki came forward instead of like a dream god or whatever is because of where you were going. You were going to a place that was like chaotic, for lack of a better word, because he is the god of chaos. I view him as entropy. That is like the viewpoint I have of Loki. But he's like, I needed to make sure that you were going places and keeping your head on.
Yeah. So around then is when I started doing a lot more things, and I would say the like experiences became more like frequent and normal. I just remembered that I have like a notes app of a bunch of my like dreams from a while, like from the last few years. Amazing. Starts in 2023, so still kind of like around that time. So yeah, I did a lot of like astral work with him, understanding how a lot of that stuff works and how I specifically go about like doing it, because I'm of the belief that everyone can lucid dream. I think you can teach yourself how to astral project to a certain point, but I don't think that like, I think people have a lot of like misconceptions about what astral projection is, because I don't think that like the like hardcore astral projection thing is a like, I don't think that the average person is just gonna like go do that kind of fucked up shit.
That's why Loki came for you, because you're not going to like astral project to Hawaii or whatever. You're gonna astral project in between time and space itself. Yeah, and most people don't have the conscious awareness to even be able to fathom something like that. So, can a soul do that? Yes. However, you living a human physical life, your interpretation prevents you from using the full awareness of your soul. It's too much. So a lot of people, that's what you're kind of talking about.
Yeah, and he, like, in my dreams and stuff, would, like, teach me things about, like, quantum physics, quantum mechanics.
Yeah. And that actually match up and you know nothing about.
I knew nothing about it. I had done no research.
Yeah.
But I had other people talking to me about it, and I was like, oh, well, like, I had a dream that was like this, and explained it, and they're like, that is like, you just described this thing like exactly.
Yeah, you just described quantum mechanics.
Yeah, because with Loki also did like timeline type things, which that will probably be another podcast as well, because
We
this
talked a
podcast
little
could be,
bit about it on Haunted Smoke and Mirrors
yeah,
when the Loki series came out.
yeah,
But in the series, he also does like timey things.
yeah, but still very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's when Loki came forward, and so that's when I started working with Loki.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still work with him. I have like an altar set up for him. This ring that I wear on this hand is my Loki ring.
It has runes on it.
Yeah, this one is my Hades ring.
And that has the sign for Hades on it.
Yeah. And then this ring has
it's an Ouroboros.
It's an Ouroboros ring that I got like again years before working
doing
in
time
this
stuff,
or even like being friends with you. Like I got this like years ago.
Yeah, because we're Ouroboros Productions as of right now.
But I've kind of designated this one as my Lilith ring for the time being until
you get a Lilith ring.
Proper things. Yeah. I was talking to all of them last night about things, so that's again for later.
I need you to tell me about that.
But yeah, that was
when Loki came forward.
Yeah. And then shortly after that, I don't have it written down anywhere that I remember. Let me check in this to see if...
Was that the trap dream?
Yeah.
The trap dream.
A trap.
A trap. Well, while you do that, I can tell you about my stories with astral projection. They're little baby stories because I don't know. I don't remember a full experience of it because, again, like I said, I have a hard time converting, I guess you could say. A lot of times when I do astral projection things, I will hear people talking, but I won't see anything. So a lot of times I'll have dreams, but I will then hear people talking like they're outside of my head, like my body is somewhere and then the rest of me is somewhere else, like the soul is like somewhere else. Other things is I will astral project and then I will come back and then have dreams about astral projecting or like an interpretation of where I went and what happened. Because I feel like a lot of times I would tell you those things and you would have like similar dreams, which is super fucking weird. I've had dreams of like past lives, like Sebastian that we mentioned in the last one. I would have vivid dreams about being this woman named Becca who had this life with my spirit guide at the time, whose name was Sebastian.
Who is me.
Ended up being Ryker's past life. There are a few times where I was lucid for a few seconds, but again, once I'm lucid in a dream, I am like, this is weird. I don't want to deal with this, and I wake up. So usually something has to happen to shock me awake. The first time it ever happened, I was asking my spirit guides constantly, do it. I want to know what it's like. And a few months prior, I did a video on Okiku, which is a haunted doll in, I believe, Japan, whose apparently hair grows. It's made out of human hair, and it just grows, even though she's a doll. Anyways, she's haunted. But I had a dream about her, and she was, like, wreaking havoc in this, like, school lunch, like, room. And it sounded like on the outside of my head again, like someone was, like, speaking, whispering sweet nothings in my ear while I was sleeping. Oh, Kiku. And then I woke up and stood up because we were, like, hiding under a table trying to, like, not get eaten by this doll, I guess. And once I heard that, I, like, stood up and was like, what a fucking weird dream to become lucid. And I don't want to be lucid in a nightmare. And then I woke up. Yeah. And then the, like, weirdest stuff is where we started doing weird astral things together because I wanted Ryker to teach me how to do stuff. So my first experience with it, I told Ryker that they should... Sorry, I'm trying to think how I want to tell the story, but I told Ryker, you should astrally like astral project and wake me up at 3:30 a.m.
And I did it.
And I think it was 3 o'clock that I told you. So I was like, can you wake me up at 3 a.m. if you're actually astral projecting? So that night I went to sleep. And not only did I wake up around 3 o'clock, I woke up at 3:30 because I guess time things are hard when you're in the astral. So I woke up at 3:30 sitting straight up in my bed. Like it was literally, I remember it specifically of like feeling like my soul like swept into my body that was literally sitting up in bed. And there's someone else in the bed with me, that like a person, like my ex-boyfriend was in the bed with me. And I'm surprised he didn't realize that I was just sitting up in bed, like unconscious, I guess you could say. But I remember seeing like a few seconds, like once I hit my house, I could like see my body go from outside of my body to inside of my body. And then I woke up literally sitting in bed upwards. But that was at 3:30. It was so fucking weird. It was not, I don't know. And you can say that maybe my body like knew because we were like doing things. But at some point in the night, while I was unconscious, I decided to sit up in bed and then
Just
woke up that way.
Full alert.
So please tell me how that works. Please. But there were a few times where we tried to astral project. So Ryker was on the other side of the country, so we would sit in like a Discord call and we would sit there and I would have Ryker try to pull me out of my body so that I would be conscious or like lucid while this stuff is happening. And it seems to me anytime I do astral project, I'm able to see myself a few feet away from my body, so that tells you, I guess, about the state of my awareness and being able to see while astral projecting. But I saw like my cat in the astral as well, and my cat was leading me back to my body. And my cat is her name was Shinzi. She was a little like brown tortoiseshell cat. And at the time I was just seeing like, I don't even know what to explain, like a spirit of her in the house prior to this. Like I would be sitting in the kitchen like eating food at the table or whatever. And I would like look over and I would see this brown cat that looked like my cat, Shinzi, go into one of the cabinets, and the door would be like a little bit open so that she like went in there. So I would get up and go get her out of the cabinet because she would just go in the cabinets and eat the food. There was no cat in there. Like immediately I got up and
I remember
she was
you
not
telling
there.
me about it.
And I also would see this like black cat around and a white cat.
I've been seeing the black cat a lot recently.
Dude, me fucking too.
Like, and I always think that it's Boo, but like, it's not Boo.
So what's weird is when we were doing this astral thing, you pulled me out of my body. I literally remember being pulled. It was like I was falling in clouds, and you like pushed me down into like, I guess the astral. You pulled me out, and then everything went black for a second, and then I was like standing next to my body, looking at my feet and looking at me sitting in the chair. And then in the crawl space, because we were like downstairs where we like do our live streams, in the crawl space, Shinzi, the little brown tortoiseshell cat, was sitting like as like a loaf in the like crawl space, licking her paws. And it's crazy because we also, I don't know if this is like fully true, but we came up with this concept of like astral cats.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have like a spiritual being that's usually like some sort of spiritual cat, spiritual animal that would lead you back to your body. And we came up with the idea of like certain animals have specific like characteristics to help you with certain things, and cats have this innate ability to know which direction is up.
Yeah, because I think we like were talking about like the 4 like levels of it.
Yes,
of
there's 4 levels of astral
butterfly,
projection.
Snake, bird, cat.
Yes.
I think in that order.
Yeah, so we came up with these like 4 levels of astral projection. So when you're on the like base level, it's like the easiest. So you have like a butterfly lead you back to your body. So characteristics with a butterfly is they have the ability to fly. But just like a sailboat in the water, they can be blown around a lot. So it's basically you're on level easy 1. And then level 2 is a snake, and snake's characteristic is like being able to slither through things. So you like slither through the cracks of things. That's level 2 of like astral projection. And then the next level was birds that have the ability to fly. So that allows you to go even further.
And bird's eye view can see more like.
They have more control over where they're going versus a butterfly. But then when you get to the cat level, the cats have the ability to know which direction is up when you're going to places like in between realities, which is what Ryker and I were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was seeing this brown cat everywhere. So I like asked one of my friends who was also like into the spiritual niche, and she told me that it was like the animal that led me back to my body. Like she told us that they were like astral cats.
Which at some point we should show everyone the little astral cats you made.
I did. I made them out of clay, and my dream in the future is to make astral cats for other people.
They're so cute.
But I need a kiln, so we need to get to the point where we could buy a kiln, and I'll make you little astral cats that you can put on display, like little ceramic cats. But what's interesting... Okay, well, this friend told me specifically that the brown cat was the cat that would lead me back to my body, and the black cat was the cat that led you back to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And we presumed that the white cat was this friend leading her back to her body, but I have no idea now because the short story is Shinzi, who was that brown cat, she passed away. Mm-hmm. And then we met this little black cat, and Ryker was like, I don't know what it is about this cat, but we need to get her because she reminds me of Shinzi. I think she's like the reincarnation of Shinzi. And oh my fucking God, literally after you said that, they told me, Shinzi's soul, who passed away, told me, I'm going to be Shinzi, but I'm not going to be sick. Because Shinzi, when I had her, was really, really fucking sick. Yeah. Like pneumonia all the time because she had severe asthma and a whole bunch of other genetic problems.
And like a lot of Boo's like personality and things she's does
exactly Shinzi.
Is like the exact same as Shinzi.
She's the epitome of Shinzi.
Like uncannily so. Yeah. And that has been the first time where I've like been like, I think that might be our animal reincarnated.
I recognize her soul, basically.
Because like when we got Hex, it was like 2 years ago now. I lost my childhood cat, or like a year ago. Just elbowing things. I lost my childhood cat, Shitty Kitty. Her name was Shitty Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
And when M's sister got Hex, before we took her in, M's sister was like jokingly called her a shitty kitty because she had giardia and had like horrible diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that as a sign that like we were supposed to take her.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Hex is shitty kitty.
No.
I just think that was a like way to like show it.
Guidance for us to take her.
A sign and symbol. Calling back to the last podcast. But yeah,
so when we got Boo, who was this little black cat, sure as shit, she's the healthiest cat that I have gotten. And we got her from like PetSmart. So we got her from like shelter because PetSmart, if you don't know, works with other shelters to bring in cats for adoption. She was at a foster, and I have gotten so many cats for myself, for other people. Every single one is sick when you get them from a shelter. She was perfectly fine. She's still perfectly fine. She has perfect teeth. She doesn't have asthma.
She is the only one of our animals that we don't have to take to the vet for anything.
Yeah, that don't have any like pre-existing conditions.
Because like Yue has to go to the vet a lot. Azrael does. Tofu does. Hex has.
Mm-hmm.
Boo is the
Yep.
only one that has
Yeah,
not
Yue's
been.
allergic to everything. She's blind. Azriel has ear infections all the time.
And
He has an
fucked up
underbite.
teeth.
His teeth have been fucked up since we got him.
He's
Tofu has
yeah.
asthma.
She also has
She has
teeth
a
issues.
heart murmur. She has teeth issues. And then Hex had severe giardia for like months and months on end and wasn't growing.
She's very like underdeveloped somewhat.
Immune system, I feel like, was compromised for a long period of time.
Yeah. So she's a healthy weight and fine
she's
now.
good
She's
now.
no longer
thank
sick.
God.
But
yeah,
all of
completely
the animals.
exactly what like I told you after you said it
Mhm.
was her reincarnation self. So it is just weird that we were seeing, because we had no idea beforehand, because we were seeing a brown cat which looked like Shinzi and then a black cat now. And the black cat to me was smaller than the brown cat.
Yeah. I don't know, but
But
I
yeah.
couldn't find any of my notes about the being trapped in the astral, but we can just talk about it.
Yeah, you want to tell the story from your memory?
Sure. I'm actually pissed that I don't have it. I might have it written down in like a notebook or something somewhere, but I'm obviously not gonna
go and try and find it.
Search for it.
You told me, but that was like 2 years ago.
I remember enough about it, so it's not a big deal. But
this is a good one.
This was after Loki.
Yes.
Because I had knew you at this point when this all happened.
Okay.
So I don't fully remember like the start of it.
Okay.
But I remember being like in this like weird like abstract illusion-y type place.
Yes.
Very like MC Escher Stairways vibes.
Nice.
And I was there, but it was only like it was like I'm trying to think of how to explain it, because there's like weird timeline things, but pretty much there were multiple versions of me, like 8 or so like physical Rykers.
Yeah.
But they were all like variants of each other, like different timeline things, like physical features,
like different timeline versions, like parallel versions of you.
But the one that this Ryker was in was like my like consciousness was also split between like other like more closer adjacent timeline versions of me.
Okay.
So like we were like talking to each other.
Yes.
Very like weird, surreal, but there was like weird scary entity thing.
Yeah.
That was like keeping us there, and I couldn't it felt like I was in there for like 3 years. Could not get out. And when I wasn't in control of like leading the main like body in that thing, I kind of took a step back so a different version of me could like do things. I feel like this sounds so crazy what I'm saying.
I told people that I talked to the astral plane.
I know, but still. But I was like aware that I was in the astral, but I was also aware of like the real world physical time moving, and like it was almost like a sort of like sleep paralysis type thing.
Yeah.
Of like,
but you weren't awake.
Yeah, like I couldn't like move my body. I was aware of things, but I couldn't like do anything. But it wasn't like,
it was basically like you were astral projecting to this place, and because your soul was like trapped in this like little prison type thing, you couldn't go back to your body to wake up.
Yeah.
But time works differently there.
Yeah.
So that's why it seemed like it was 3 years, even though you were just asleep for however many hours here.
Yeah. And right? I was like, I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
So I was like, and this was before like a Richard stepped forward or
Yeah.
anything, but I was like trying to reach out to like Hades, Loki, my spirit guides, like being like, how do I get out of this? This feels like I'm going to be in here forever. Like, it was truly like terrifying.
Yeah.
But I couldn't like I couldn't connect to my spirit guides even. And so I was so like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until like after that we kind of like we talked about it and like figured some of it out. But in order to like get out of it, you had to like do something to help get me out
I remember
of it.
telling you that it was like because we have the ability to like sit into each other's energy that I was able to like do that thing.
Yeah.
Because the only connection in there was you.
Yeah.
That's why your spirit guides and all of the deities couldn't like come into the prison with you because they don't have the same like energetic tie.
But yeah, it was just very weird because again, I was like split conscious, co-conscious with like other like timeline parallel universe versions of myself, and we were all aware of each other and the situation, and we're all like tag teaming of like who was in control of things to try to like figure out a way out of it.
So what did it look like in it? Was it like cloudy nothingness? I don't know what you mean by what your explanation because I've just never seen it. Because when you told me it the first time, I imagined like it was like you were in a box of mirrors, but not necessarily a box. It was just like a room of like mirrors that just like filled the walls. And it like shattered reality.
It was similar to this, but with like mirrors. It was like kind of like dense, foggy. So like you couldn't like.
Okay.
You like
okay. I got you. That's exactly what I see. Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to look up what I showed it's MC Escher's Relativity art piece that
I can link a picture in the description.
But it was very much like gravity, like everything was just very like
that's how
wonky,
I see
weird.
It normally. Because the first time you told me that what I see is basically you're in this like ball cloud, whatever you want to call it, and the inside of it is just like filled with like randomly placed mirrors. Yeah,
if anyone is a Critical Role fan, which I know a lot of you are, and you know Campaign 2, think like Happy Fun Ball vibes from Campaign 2 of Critical Role.
Have not seen that part.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I'm trying to catch up.
We're behind in Campaign 4 even, but
yeah. But I remember telling you that your past lives were the thing that helped you get out of it. Like it was certain, like you had to pull upon certain lessons from certain lives to break the illusion.
Yeah.
So it was like trying to figure out which one was which. So me being like co-conscious was like helping to like recode the like inside of the prison. And because I was on the outside, it like allowed the two codes to like interact to break the walls.
Yeah. Because I remember like me and all the like, to use, the MCU term of variants, like me and the variants of myself were like trying all of these like tricks and strategies and all of these things. And even though there were like other like bodies and versions of me like that were also like completely different, we didn't necessarily interact with them. It was more so just like in like the like 5 to 8 of us that were like in like sharing like the co-consciousness, were like interacting with each other, but like just like in our heads. I don't know, it was so weird. Again, I feel somewhat crazy talking about some of it. I know people love it.
I get why though.
But this is the first time that I've ever like fully talked about a lot of these things because I keep a lot of this stuff to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the scariest things too, because I was aware of everything the entire time.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
because that happened because we were messing with timeline shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to tell that story?
I feel like we should save some of that for...
I feel like we should, like, summarize it, because I feel like it'll be confusing if we talk about it in another podcast.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
So we think that we were, like, messing around with, like...
Which I also thought about the other day. It's been 3 years since we started that. 3-year gap. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So we think that we were messing around with timelines and things and, like, altering things that we shouldn't have been doing. And that we shifted a lot of, like, events in our lives forward 3 years.
Yeah. Which...
yeah.
This is a crazy thing to talk about, but this is kind of, like, falls into, like, going into, like, timeline shift type things. But to just summarize like, what we believe is switching timelines is fairly simple for certain people to be able to do if it's close enough to you. So, like, you might switch to, like, a parallel timeline that is just, like, a little bit different or whatever. That's where you get the, like, Mandela effects or whatever you want to call them. But what we were trying to do is we were trying to, like, make things happen faster and in a specific way. So our concept is we had a whole bunch of different, like, soul's energy that, like, helped us with this. But what we perceived happened was, because my soul deals with a lot of, like, coding type things, I was able to, like, code the, like, behind the scenes of it. And then the other souls were able to, like, pull the things, like, on the other side, the, like, result of the coding closer together. So there was, like, weird Mandela effects happening while we were doing that. And in my impression, something caught you because you're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
You have to do it very secretly.
Because a lot of what, like, when we were first getting into a lot of this, like, together, a lot of what we were doing was I was the one to, like, physically go and do things in the astral. And, like, because, and that was also kind of why Loki came to help with things, because it was, like, was able to, like, slip in and out of things, like
time slipping.
Yeah, like, if you guys don't know about, like, why we call ourselves Smoke and Mirrors, is M is mirrors, I'm smoke, so I'm very, like, fluid, kind of, like, illusion-y,
struggle to be,
like,
physical.
Yeah, so I can, like, go through things a lot.
But
more.
We basically use that energy, your energy, to play out certain situations out in the astral. So I explained it to our, like, group of friends then of, like, if you're in Naruto, he has a whole bunch of shadow clones, and each shadow clone is, like, he uses it for training. So they're doing a certain training thing to, like, learn information. So when you finally come back together, you know exactly what you need to do. So we thought that you were the more, like, fluid energy, so you were able to be the one that, like, went into these different timelines to try out, is this gonna work? Do we have to make these decisions? And then whatever that is, I would, like, code that into existence so that we would pull the right paths together so we get the right outcome. Yeah. And apparently you're not supposed to do that shit.
So I got stuck in a weird, like, astral time trap thing. Yeah. Because we also... the next podcast, we have to talk about, like, timeline.
Yes,
and
we do.
Because it, like, there's so much crazy that I can, like, that I want to go into, but then, like, it's going to derail, and I have other
it's just
things to talk about.
Just a summary of it. But the, like, main, like, consensus or the main summary of this, like, event is we were making all of these plans, but we knew the second that we moved the timeline, like, we connected the path, that it would make this like loud explosion type energy, and everyone I don't know, like policed the timeline. So like in Loki, the what are those people called in Loki that like police the timeline?
TVA.
The TVA.
The Time Variance Authority.
Yeah, they like are trying to make sure that the timeline stays together and it doesn't like fall apart or whatever. So those types of beings, we knew that it was going to be loud, so they were going to be able to see us fucking with time, because the little like shifts and little Mandela effects, they don't really care about that as much. But when you fuck up that, fun things happen. So you got trapped coming back to me in this like little prison type world that you were explaining, this like mirror weird.
Yeah, and it was
infinity
outside of like the flow of time and everything, which is why it felt like it had been 3 years as well. Because like when I finally like was able to like be back in my body and everything, there was such a weird disconnect for me for a while, because
a disassociation almost.
Well, I was like,
going back in time almost, right?
Yeah, because I was like, I feel like I've aged 3 years, but nothing has happened on like. So I struggled mentally for like a month after that of like trying to be like,
figure it out.
And that's also a very like common experience that people have who are in like comas, out of body experiences, where they're like they experience and have these full lives and all of this stuff happens, and then when they like are back to like reality, there's like a big disconnect, because they like mourn a lot of what happened, because they're like, I had a wife and kids and all of this stuff happened, and now you're telling me they're not real, like so.
But what's interesting is we had a whole bunch of premonitions like afterwards of like what was going to happen, because we did this like weird timeline shift thing. And what's funny is for the last 3 years, we're like, why hasn't any of it happened? Why is it taking so long?
Yeah, no, the second you were like...
But Ryker was stuck in a prison for 3 fucking years. Because like, we're literally talking about like, the last 3 years have been fucking horrible, but now everything seems fine. It's almost like there were cracks in our plan. And the people that know what we're talking about.
If you guys want us to talk more about timeline stuff, let us know. There's also past life things we can do.
Yeah.
So
I think we need a whole podcast talking about this scenario.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it, and
yeah, because I forgot that was connected to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you were in there for 3 years. And it's been 3 years and things
now that's when things are like...
Our premonitions are happening.
I fucking
like
hate
we literally
when they do this shit.
We literally went to Whispers Estates. That was the last fucking ghost hunt that we went to. And all we got was fucking premonitions of 5, 4, 3, 2.
I hate it here.
3 fucking years.
I hate it here.
Because I was literally thinking the other day, I was like, I feel like every time I tell someone a timeline, it's like 2-3 years after, and that's when it happens. It's because of that. I was trying to help you in those 3 years as well. I just don't visually remember it because
I have another dream that I'm can read that is somewhat timeline related as well. I can do that, but I also have a dream that's kind of a like weird past life type one potentially. I don't know if I should save that one or do there's so much of like my dreams like touch everything, so I'm like, and I also don't want to like make it be the Ryker podcast where I'm like, I'm gonna tell you just all of my stories.
Oh no, I'm here for it. I'm like, do we want to have a part 2? I don't know. Can you fill another one? Because weren't you also going to call your brother and do some dream walking stuff?
Yeah, we're talking about dream walking.
Oh my god.
This can just be a longer podcast.
Okay. If you guys are here for the ride, let's fucking go.
We might have to just move the files before we record
Yeah.
the exclusive part
Yeah.
2. But so do you want the past life one first or the timeline one?
Do the timeline one first.
So this was December 1st, 2023. So this was just like notes that I jotted when I woke up, so it's gonna be kind of like, it's not like perfectly written out, but I was in a place that I didn't fully recognize or remember around a lot of different people. My tooth fell out.
Naturally.
If you were there yesterday, you know.
Watch the live stream from yesterday. Monday.
And I get stressed, but I think nothing of it. I go to the bathroom and look at my teeth. They feel weird, but I look like me, current Ryker. But then my mouth feels weird, like I have braces and bands on my teeth. And when I look again, I have braces suddenly, and that's when I knew something was off. I go to ask the people I'm with. I can't remember all of them, but my friends Sydney and Mitch were some of them. I ask them how long I've had braces, and they tell me a while. I tell them that I'm from a different timeline or universe because I got my braces off years ago.
I remember you telling me.
Yeah, they don't act surprised, but they think it's funny that I'm realizing things. We are going to a ghost hunt with all of us. Em is there, and I ask her what's different about the content we make and have her explain. She tells me it's similar, but there's an added video that we don't make in this timeline. We have the talk as I'm getting ready in an unfamiliar closet with my clothes that aren't mine. I tell her all of these are more colorful than what I wear and that I mostly dress in all black. And she laughs. We stop several places on our way to the ghost hunt, but we walk everywhere. As we're walking, I'm asking everyone things about this universe and tell them how it's different in mine. These are the things that are different. There are more people a part of the ghost hunting team. Travis and Laura from Critical Role aren't friends with Troy Baker, who is another voice actor. Don't know why. I have braces. I'm more feminine. You and I weren't dating in this timeline. My friend Sydney wasn't with her now husband and didn't have her now kid. And there's more that I can't remember. As we were walking, they want to enter this building and go straight down this hall that looks reminiscent of some sort of back rooms. I start freaking out saying that I can't go in there, that I've been in this before, and that it's not good for me. Everyone convinces me and puts me in the middle of the group. It's a long walk, and I feel something trailing behind us. That's scary, but no one else does. We make a left and then a right after some time and enter a room with a man and a woman in it. They look at me like they know something is wrong, and then I woke up.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that one. Yeah. I think I had a couple of those types of dreams too. Weird time, shifty type dreams. They were traumatic. I think it was a lot of me trying to figure out myself, so I had dreams about it.
Yeah. This is another one where I was in a maze of some sort, and we had to collect specific items without being caught by the scary things that patrol it. There's some sort of special order to go through the different types of doors, but you have to be fast and think quickly or else they'll get you. Em and I each needed to get several items, but I think I got caught in the last one. There was something right behind me, and I thought I could hide in the room above the door, and it would leave, but I didn't expect it to look up.
Interesting. That's not the one where you saw that I was blind?
No.
That one happened recently.
Yeah. But similar vibe and things.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Reading that, I too was like, huh.
Yeah, because you also told me that when you have like astral projection dreams, you go back to like a tower type thing.
I have that written down as something to talk about. Yeah. Let me see if there's any other ones that I can read. I don't know, looking back at some of these, I'm like, these are some like really like weird ones. I'm gonna read you this one. Where was it? So in the stream, you and I owned some sort of tattoo shop called Milk and Honey that we were in the process of setting up, but we needed furniture. You got some sort of money thing for like 1.3 million, which
oh my gosh.
13
fucking hate it here. 13 needs to stop haunting me.
We agreed not to buy pediatric furniture like your dad suggested.
Okay.
And instead we would get antiques and refurbish them ourselves.
Yeah.
I had a giant gallery wall of art in decorative black frames in my office room we were talking in.
Pediatric.
I don't know why it was that, but it was. And then I can talk about. Do you want me to read the past life one?
Yeah.
You can also tell me if there's like too many.
No, I'm good.
Great. So, I was in a large family of blonde people. There was
blonde people.
Blonde. I said it was in a large family. Blonde people.
Blonde.
There's a neighbor who was recently released from prison after killing one of my sisters years ago. He became obsessed with me and was prepared to kill everyone in my family to get to me. He would break in and play games to mentally torture my family. I was sitting upstairs with my two little brothers who were like 4 and 5 and my friend. The neighbor started shooting at them through the window, but they were okay. He got away with it. He broke into the house when I was sleeping and left a book detailing all of his plans for what he wanted to do to kill my family and take me. My family didn't want to get cops involved because they were scared of him, and they agreed not to leave me alone, and then I woke up. I woke up, had the tattoo shop with the pediatric furniture dream after that. Woke up again, had a different dream, and then went back to sleep again, and it went back to that past life dream.
Wow. Amazing.
So it was back to the first dream. It's been weeks, and the neighbor is still trying to kill my family and take me, but my family start to not believe me. I end up alone, and he tries to break in but fails. I try to go through the book again and see that he plans to lock me in a cellar as his. I decide to call the cops, but it's 2 a.m. and they aren't answering. My brother and sister come home, and I show them and tell them that I can't be alone, and this is what he wanted to do with our sister, Sarah. We start calling our parents, who both thought the other was home. The neighbor has my dad. It gives him some sort of hallucinogenic and convinces him that he needs to kill his family and then himself, but to not kill me. My dad starts trying to cut down the door and get in with me and my sister, and then the alarm went off and woke me up.
Was that the dream where he kept you in the basement?
No, I think that was different.
A different one?
Different one.
Because I remember a past life where we were trapped. You were trapped in the family basement from the father. And
I think that was a different one. But
okay, great. Just making sure.
I have
a lot.
So I need to get better about recording my dreams and writing them down.
Yeah, I don't remember them.
But
I guess I'm trying to work with Lilith about it. Lilith has been. Yeah, this is only because you told me. You told me that you were asking Lilith, before you went to sleep, can you give me the answer to X, Y, and Z in my sleep in a dream? And then you would dream it, and then you told me, and now I ask Lilith the same thing, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Lilith has to, I don't know, pull me into a state of consciousness where I know the answer is being given to me and that I am conscious enough to remember what is being told to me. A lot of times I wake up and she's standing next to me and I'm like, that was rude.
Yeah. So the next thing in astral projection that I can talk about is the tower.
The tower.
The tower in the city.
It's in a city too.
It's in a city.
You've only ever told me what the tower is.
It's in a city.
And is it the tallest tower? I don't know if you ever looked outside. I'm just wondering.
It's weird.
Okay.
Because the city isn't static. It the layouts of things change, but it's the same city, but things switch around.
Okay. I've never looked at the city before, just the tower, the inside of the tower.
So this was sometime last year, I think.
Okay.
Where I was having these astral experiences, dreams, whatever you want to call them. And I kept seeing this repeated
tower,
room area in it that always like led to somewhere else, and I started like in my dreams being like, wait, this is the same one as a few nights ago. This like I remember this. I know the layout of this. So I started like being consciously aware of it, and then I realized that it was like in this like tower type thing that has like an
Different
elevator and floors and things. But going like if I really need like a quick way to like astral project like and like really like focus and do something, I can like go to the tower.
Yeah.
But there's been times where I'm outside of the tower and like the tower is almost like a big skyscraper type thing.
Yeah, that's how I see it too.
But I've been like outside of the tower and there's like a city that at first in my dream I was like, oh, it's probably San Diego, but it's not San Diego. It's like a very weird, like I'm like, I've never been to a city like this before. It's like a very, it's like it's an astral city. Like
really,
it's weird. And
what does it look like? Are there other buildings?
Yeah, there's like other buildings. There's people walking around that you can talk to who are like.
Have you been there in a while?
It's been a minute.
You should ask to go there tonight and tell me what you see. Does it normally like have like a iridescent like purple hue to the like?
Somewhat.
Okay. You should go there and tell me if it looks dystopian now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ominous, but okay.
Not that I have any information after that. I'm just curious.
But like there's other like people who like live and walk around in the city, and like you can go up and talk to them, and they know like, that you're astral project, like they know what it is. And
it is like a major city with like a lot of skyscraper type things.
Yes, yeah, it's like.
But the tower that you're like looking at, to me, it's like black and it's the tallest one in the city.
The like, there's not like a front door type thing really for it. It's mostly just like an like the front door is an elevator.
I've never seen the outside of it because I've never like thought about it like that.
But yeah, that's a like weird.
Yeah, but I do have questions about it. So when you're in the tower, you go into an elevator, right? So when you go to a certain floor and the doors open, what does it look like? Does it open into like a realm, or is it open into a room with a door? Like, is there a hallway? What do you see?
It really depends.
Really? Yeah. So there are some times where it like looks like you're going onto like a floor, like in the tower.
Yeah, there's times where like I've been like, I like become like lucid or realize that I'm like astral projecting or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I like am in like a hotel room, for instance, and I like leave the hotel room, go down through the elevator, and then realize that I'm at the tower. Like that's it.
Crazy.
So like it's different. Like so like I don't know if like that is somewhat like portal gateway.
Yeah, because I wonder if other people have things like that.
Yeah, because it's very weird because like there's specific floors that I've frequented that I like remember, and not every single time does it lead back to like the tower and things.
Yeah, I just think it's like a human way for you to understand what's happening.
Yeah, but it's also just weird because I've like walked around this like city and like seen people, and it's like you're actually there and you can like talk to people that you don't know and have full conversations with them, and they're also like astral or understand or whatever, and like it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
If you guys astral project, will you tell us if you go to a place like that or what happens? Because I'm also curious. Because the way that I view your tower thing is kind of like in media there's like a room full of doors and you like open the door and it like opens into like a safari and there's like a monster or like I think they do it in like Scooby-Doo too. They like open doors and it's like it's not a room, it's like opens into a realm.
Yeah, I've been in like the elevator in the tower with other people who are like in the astral or dream thing with me. Like it's just, I don't know, it's weird. And there's like one of the floors that's the one that like I can like visualize the layout of like really well, and it's very like, I don't know, the astral stuff is always very weird because like it doesn't like logically make sense to like human physics.
Yeah.
So like the layout and like what and everything is just very, very weird.
Yeah.
But I would say that's almost like a like home base, like apartment type thing. That I can like return to fairly easily, but I don't know, it's weird because most of the time when I'm in that one, it's like kind of like empty. Like if you're like moving into a brand new apartment and there's like no furniture, decor or anything, like it's kind of just
crazy.
Like empty rooms connected and like weird corridors and stuff like that. And yeah.
You should ask someone, maybe Lilith, what they say about me trying to go to a place like that. What do they say? Are they mean?
Yes.
Okay, they were mean to me too. I just want to make sure it wasn't my bias.
Yeah, they're like, you get too caught up in like, well, how does this work? What does this mean? So like you don't experience it the same because you wouldn't just be able to like accept it for what it is and like just go with the flow of it.
Yeah, I think it would shock me out of it.
You would have to try to deconstruct it and then you would get pulled out.
Oh, well, okay. Deconstructed makes sense of why I have a hard time being a like dream person versus going into the astral, because I think that's what my soul does, which is why I'm a death soul.
Yeah, because you try to like take everything apart to better understand what is happening, why it's happening, how it's happening, like everything, but doing that is very hard in the astral because sometimes things just don't make sense.
We haven't done this like talking like this in a while, and there's a lot of like crazy things talking to me about stuff.
Yeah,
they're talking to me about reflections, because like color doesn't reflect the entire light wave. It deconstructs it and reflects certain waves from it.
Yeah,
which is why I struggle to like go from fully white light to like what my soul does. You're welcome. It's just, well, then how do I do it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's rude.
I don't know how
you started
fully do it. It just kind of happens because I don't know. Whenever people ask me like, "How do I do it?" and I'm like, "I can't teach.
Get me.
I don't fucking know."
The funny thing is,
to do it.
I know that you do get me, because I remember astral things, because like I told you, I like don't remember I don't have the like in the experience itself. I have a human interpretation of what it looks like in a dream afterwards. And I have had dreams where we are in a heavier place with Richard, and we're like standing on the outside of like a gate that we just like walked out of, and I think it was to like Asmodeus or something. And we were like basically signing a contract to like work with him.
Yeah, I've had a lot of like weird astral dreams where I'm like you're not there. I'm very much going myself with things, but I've had what you could maybe deem like business meeting type dreams where me, Lilith, and Richard are there. And
really, what have you been doing with them? With the power couple?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me.
No. I'm not allowed to.
But you remember it?
Yes.
And you can't tell me at all?
They don't
Does
want
it
it.
have something to do with me? Does it impact me somehow?
They think it's better if you don't know what,
Gross.
which I know is like worse.
No, I'm just wondering how them telling you something. Oh, okay. They told me why you can't tell me.
And like,
did you like do something?
There's been a lot of things. There's a lot that I don't tell you.
I know.
And maybe that's bad of me to say, but there's a yeah. that
business meetings about what? Our business? Or life? Or this path? I'm doing the thing now.
This is why you can't know.
But I can't astral project like that. I remember it. Literally, I remember being on the outside of the business meeting. we were done with the meeting. We were next to some big gate, and it was like going downhill.
Yeah, I've had. I haven't had like one of those things for a while, but I've had some very interesting like dream conversation things where I've like been there with Lilith and Richard, and we're talking to like another like daemon or entity or like someone about things. And
they told me that it was similar to you like signing a contract to change some sort of time thing so that you would protect me of something. It's similar to that.
Yeah, there's been a few of those that I don't really remember all of it because they've taken like the memory of that. I know that it's happened, but I couldn't tell you like the exacts of it. But there are other things that have happened that aren't like
they
that.
told me it's not the same like a scenario, but it is the reason why you can't say anything.
Yeah. So I'll tell you more things about it, not on the podcast.
I mean,
because there's some things.
What was that other thing you were gonna tell me? You mentioned something earlier. I guess I'll remember when I edit this.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh, there's some other like dreams in here, but yeah, those are most of like the astral type things, and then dream walking.
Oh yeah,
is a whole other different flavor of thing. And I have like opinions and like ideas about dream walking, but I want to know what you think like dream walking entails and like what being a dream walker is. Like, do you think everyone can dream walk?
No.
Do you think that like it's like just tell me what you think?
Well, I think dream walking is when you leave your dream bubble and you can phase into other people's dream bubble. I don't think everyone can necessarily do it, mostly based on the frequency of your energy, your natural frequency. So someone that can do it and do it well would have a like frequency that can go up and down. Mm-hmm. So you being smoke makes sense of why it's easy for you to go in and out of people's dream bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's solely because you have to be able to like be compatible to a degree of the frequency of the dream bubble you're going into.
Makes sense.
So that's why it is a hard thing to do. It's kind of like when we talked about mind walking, the difference between you walking around in my head versus Jay walking around. He can do it, but it is very disruptive and loud. And if he did it in my sleep, it would wake me up because it is so disruptive.
I don't know. They say it's because also like Loki helped me fine tune a lot of those skills and things because
interesting.
When he was like teaching me a lot of like astral projection things, he would like talk to me and about like masking my like energy, who I was and everything. So if I like dream walked into someone else's dream or did whatever, they wouldn't know that it was me necessarily.
Yeah.
Kind of like a like fake identity.
Illusions,
undercover
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. So they say that's why that happens and why I think it's easier for me like now to just do it and like Loki doesn't have to be there to trigger it because I've kind of I've spent 3 years now like doing shit and like understanding it, so you're looking at me and I'm like,
because you're talking. I don't know what else you're gonna say.
You're looking at me like you had something to say or thoughts or opinions or things, so
I'm just intrigued. I didn't think about it like that. That Loki is the one that helps you with that because it makes sense. Controlling the chaos.
And I've only consciously dream walked into someone else's dream once.
Yeah.
And that is where my brother comes in.
Yeah.
And I can call him.
Yeah.
Now. I did text him before and tell him that I would be calling him. So.
Yeah, just make sure the microphone picks him up.
I will. Watch him not answer.
That would be amazing. We're forcing him to be a part of a podcast. But if you want to see all of his information, if he answers, I'll put it in the description. He's a voice actor. He's the one that does the voiceovers for our ghost hunts.
But I'll start telling it anyways. Whether he calls me back or not. I called him a bitch. I texted him and said bitch, so he knows I'm upset with him. Sometimes they gotta know. But one day, like randomly, my brother Jay hit me up and was like, hey, do you like know how to like do anything? Like, can you help me? My ex is one of my ex's girlfriends is a witch and she does a lot of like dream magic or weird shit, and she like messaged him or something about like, I can't fully remember, like, which is why I wanted to call him and ask him, but I remember being like, I can try to like do something about it, but I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never done something like this before. I don't know anything about dream magic or whatever. But she was apparently like targeting him, and so I was like, okay, well, I'll like see if I can go into your dream and stop it. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't fucking know. So that night I had a dream and he was in it and he was being chased by this like old hag like entity that was like super scary, that I could tell was like sent there by his ex.
Yeah.
And so I like intervened and like helped him like get away, like stopped, like shut all of it down like in the dream. And he said that like he like had that same dream from his perspective, and then I think the next like the morning after the next day the ex like texted him like being like, oh, so like you fuck with like magic, like now like she knew that like some weird
I
fuck
like
shit
don't
happened.
know how she knew.
I don't know, but it was the like weirdest thing, because I don't try to like dream walk per se, but
you were.
But I did, and with that I was trying.
Did you interfere? You got rid of the hag thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did you get rid of it? You were just
I don't fucking remember. I don't know. I think it's also interesting because when I was a kid, like going to sleep, like little kid, I would always like not want to go to sleep because I would want to keep hanging out with my mom and stuff, but it was like late and I had to go to bed.
Ryker was the embodiment of the Midwestern goodbye before they lived in the Midwest.
It is true. My mom was like, why are you waiting until the second you're about to fall asleep to tell me your life story? I asked you about it 7 hours ago and you just said like you had nothing to say, and I'm like, but now I have things to say.
Yeah, watch any one of our live streams where we're like, yeah, we don't have anything else, so we're gonna leave. And then the second we say that, we're like, oh my god, do you remember this story and this story and this story?
And then it's another hour.
And then we're like, I guess we should really leave. And then we do it again.
But I would always like talk to my mom and say that we were like going to like meet up in our dreams to like hang out in our dreams.
Yeah.
So we'd be like, oh, like I'll meet you at Disneyland in our dreams. Like,
cute.
Or we'll go to Olive Garden tonight in our dreams.
Dude, you need to dream walk me and make me dream about going to Olive Garden.
So, I don't know. It was just like interesting. It's interesting to like look back at things and see that like.
Did you meet people like that? Did you actually do that, like dates in your sleep? The reason why I ask is there are other people in the spiritual community that, I think they call it like shamanic journeys. I guess they're trance journeys, like you were talking before, where they were like in a group of like people or whatever. They had like a group where they were like testing this idea out. So they would all like before going to sleep be like, we're gonna meet in this spot and then we're gonna go do fuck shit. And then they would all do the same thing and have the like same dream type thing in their like shamanic journey, like as they call it.
I mean, sometimes, but I wouldn't say it was a like shamanic journey. Yeah, 'cause those are very different trance journeys type things.
Yeah. So I had someone ask me about that once, and I told them that it was different than like astral projecting and dreaming because it was kind of like in between energetically wise. So we were talking about the expansion of your awareness. When you are astral projecting, you fully leave your body. That is a different state of awareness. Lucid dreaming, you're fully in your body, and that's a different state of energy. And then that is somewhere in between.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just funny to look back at like my life and childhood and things growing up and see that like so much of it has like carried on. And like I did so much of like these types of things as a kid. I just didn't know what.
Right.
I had no idea what they were. So I don't know. Like it's like, I mean, as a like little Mormon kid, I had no idea about astral projection or lucid dreaming or anything like that. Like, I had no concept of what any of it was, but I would have those experiences. And
and we used to talk about this shit like once a week in our D&D campaign, and they were fucking wild. Like we talk about this shit all the time, and we would like try to experiment with it, and I'm like, I want to get back to doing that fucking shit.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
right? I don't know. It's just so, I don't know. I've been.
Yeah. Because, like, finally sharing it with, like, the internet, I'm like, that shit was fucking crazy. It's so crazy. I remember that. That was amazing. And there were other people in our D&D campaign that just like sat there and was like, if you made this a video, I'd watch the whole fucking thing. This is fucking wild.
Yeah, we didn't play a lot of D&D when we would get together for D&D. We would get too sidetracked ADHD talking about this type of shit.
We would just talk about the inner workings of the weird spirituality, I guess, shit. Because it isn't even woo-woo shit. Woo-woo people don't talk about this.
Yeah, and
woo-woo people talk about descending to the 5D. Fucking people like us are like, we're going to try to figure out how to astral project in between the nucleus of an atom and the electrons of the atom.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I think that's like most of the yapping I have to do.
Yeah. And if Jay calls back, we can either like insert it into this podcast or we can like fully I don't know, bring him into a part 2 podcast too and talk more in depth on things. I don't know how long that would be though.
Yeah, I'm just mad because I asked him if he was going to be like 2 hours ago. I asked him if he would be around.
Yeah.
Within the next like 2 to 3 hours to like call him and talk to him about like, I didn't tell him exactly what, but I said for like our podcast. And he said, yeah. And then like almost 2 hours on the dot of him like looking at it and responding, I tried calling him.
Yeah.
And he didn't answer. And he's not even going to watch this because he hates me and doesn't watch our content.
So if he calls back, we might put it in a part 2 or we might put it in here somewhere. So if you saw that, well, there you go. If you didn't, you should join memberships to watch part 2. If you don't know what part 2 is, we keep going and we keep talking about stuff that we just don't post on the internet. Sometimes it's tea, sometimes it's random shit that doesn't go with our niche, and sometimes it's reprimanding Jay for not answering when we needed him to an hour ago.
When the world needed him most, he vanished.
Needed him most.
When I needed him most, he vanished.
But if you astral project, if you lucid dream, if you even, I don't know, what else didn't I say? Dream walk. Fucking tell us your crazy ass stories. Every single one. We want to read every single story you ever have.
Also,
in the comments.
Please let me know what you think about our stories of things, because
give us all your interpretations, even if you think they're wrong. We want to hear them.
Yeah, and I don't know. This is the first time we've shared any of this stuff, so I'm like a wee bit nervous about it, because I'm like, oh, what are people gonna think? And I know that like our audience, like you guys, are into a lot of this stuff, and I mean,
if you're watched people talk about crazier shit,
but I mean, if you're also still here, like over 2 hours later, I'm sure that
if it were me and I was the audience, I would eat this shit up. Okay, I would love this shit, which is I loved it the first time. That's why we talked for hours on end about it.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get better at like writing down or like recording my dreams, and then if you guys want, I can release them on Patreon as exclusive, like instead of doing life updates, I'll give you dream updates.
Your dream journal. That would be fucking cool.
I'll post my dream journal to Patreon, and
I would
let you guys get to see and read or listen to me talk about
of the professional dream walker.
Talk about the crazy things that I get up to in my sleep. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm still like missing so many things I could talk about, but
we're at 2 hours and we can do another podcast probably fully about this again.
Yeah. So if you guys like this, make sure to like, subscribe, check out our Patreon for the exclusive part 2 that will be coming right after this. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but it will be juicy. And then check out our website, ouroboresproductions.com. The link will be in the description. We sell candles and crystals and merch and all sorts of things. So you can get yourself some custom like deity candles, whatever you feel like. But
we're gonna go see you guys in part 2. Maybe make Jay call us back. Maybe eat some dinner and then come back to you. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to part 2. I'm your host, Princess Yue.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about maybe like witchcraft spells that may or may not have worked?
Yeah.
Because I think that would be interesting. Because I know sometimes we talk about our spells, but we haven't really talked about like.
We haven't talked about like the juicy.
The results.
Yeah, the like.
I'm like, I don't know that I want that public on the internet.
Yeah.
But the 4 of you that watch these can know how our spells work.